Okay, so should you go on the keto or carnivore diet for a business? So let me tell you my experience with this. So I started, trying to focus and all of this like 2 years ago. And this is the time that I started hearing about the keto diet, about the carnivore diet, about the benefits of fasting for focus, about the problems with carbs for mental capacity. So at this time I was at school, and the main focus task I was doing was studying. And I used to study Saturday and Sunday from 8 a.m. to 12 a.m., I think. And I was always fasted with black coffee, just that. And that got me really good results, actually, in terms of, results in school. I got great results. I was one, like, top 3 students. I got a scholarship. I got in the university I wanted. So, really great stuff. It really worked. Now, of course, my strategy of studying also had an impact in this, right? So if I had a poor strategy, it wouldn't work. So fasting definitely is really important, is something you need to try if you haven't yet. So I recently moved here for university. I'm living alone by myself. And at the start, I was in a bodybuilding diet. So very high carb and eating 4 times a day. So basically, as soon as I woke up, then at around 11, 12, then at 5 p.m., and then at like 8 p.m. So really spread out, basically a traditional bodybuilding diet. And I remember trying to work to study in the first weekend. It was terrible. I just couldn't. Now, there's a caveat. I had just come back from vacations. And to be completely honest, during these vacations, I did a lot of the bad habits. I played video games. My diet was, kind of good, but not ideal. So definitely my focus, right? It's a skill. Focus is a skill. It wasn't the best, right? You can train your focus, for example, with mindfulness meditation, right? So I teach this in my main channel. But basically, by training yourself to bring your attention back to your breath, from your thoughts to your breath, actually trains your focus, right? So the way to meditate is you sit, you get a timer, and then you try to focus on your breath. I focus on my nostrils, and then if you get some thoughts, when you realize you've gotten the thoughts, you bring your attention back to your breath, and that's basically the goal of meditation. That's like 1 rep. And this trains your focus. So my focus was untrained, I'm pretty sure. But still, the next weekend, I did the same thing, but I didn't eat carbs in the morning. And I got a performance boost, okay? I could study a little bit better. And the next weekend, I fasted completely, and I got even better mental results. So that's great. But then, what happened to me since these 2 years, where I have, a pretty high carb diet. I had like 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. Then I was at like 60, 80 grams of fat, and the rest was carbs, right? It was pretty high carb. I would eat like 200, 300, 400 grams of carbs a day. A lot of oats, fruits, brown rice. So it was healthy foods. But after midday, I couldn't work. My brain just wouldn't work, right? I tried studying after midday. I just couldn't. I was doing flashcards, right? And the flashcards, it's really mentally demanding, okay? And if I try to do it after midday, I just couldn't. And then, fast forward a few weeks to now. So now I'm still fasting to work. So my deep work's in the morning and I'm fasted to it. So when I record stuff for my main channel, it's in the morning when I script. And basically when I study, so these big hard tasks, I do them in the morning fasted with just black coffee. But I am now on it's not a ketogenic diet because I have like 50 grams of carbs, 50, 60 grams of carbs a day. It's more like a low carb diet with very high fat, very high protein. And I'm eating basically just chicken, meat, beef, eggs, milk, cheese, avocado oil, olive oil, nuts and nut butters. And that's basically my diet. Now, I still have great mental capacity in the morning, but in the afternoon, I also feel so sharp. Like right now, I'm recording it. It's 4:20 p.m. and I still feel so sharp to record this. Like I have a little bit of brain fog because I'm still digesting food, right? But I'm so clear compared to before. If I eaten, I'm not sure how to say it, but a big, like loaded plate with carbs, then I wouldn't be so sharp right now when I'm recording this. And I haven't looked in the science of this, and I know that this isn't something everyone agrees with, but it's something that worked for me, right? So a ketogenic diet works. Like for mental capacity, it really, really works. Now, for the gym, no. So when I'm at the gym and I have a high carb diet, holy shit, much more energy. The pumps are, they're crazy, okay? So if your focus right now is the gym, definitely go for a high carb diet. But here we're mainly talking about optimizing for mental performance and business. And so a ketogenic diet is basically the better option. Yes, the pumps in the gym are worse, but I don't necessarily feel more tired during the day, right? So people say that the brain, people say this is science, this is true, right? Your brain and your body will use glucose as a form of energy. But even though you can eat carbs, you don't need to eat them. And I don't feel any lack of energy anytime in my life. I actually feel great. I have the most amount of energy I've ever had. I have like this flame inside of me. I just want to work and do things. Now, again, there's another caveat, right? So for working out, my motivation is much lower. So although I'm very eager to work and I really want to work and progress in business, meditation, everything like this, for physical health and lifting, I have very low motivation. And so what I did, which you can do as well, so if you're also big in the gym but you want to optimize your business, what I did is I'm doing 1 to 2 sets per exercise to failure each session. So I'm doing 4 workouts a week, upper lower, and then just like 2 exercises for the big muscle groups, so for chest, back, legs, and then 1 exercise generally for smaller muscle groups like arms, shoulders, triceps. 1 or 2 sets basically, to failure and beyond failure, even for the arms basically. I go beyond failure, and the workouts are more enjoyable. You're pushing hard, you're going to failure, and it's less time, so it's less taxing and demanding, and I actually prefer, and that's my bodybuilding routine right now. And I feel like I have maintained a good level of muscle, even though I am currently on a diet. So the thing is, with ketogenic and with eating healthier foods, in my case, just chicken and stuff like this, and it's hard to bulk, really hard to bulk, if you want to get for my maintenance is about 2,500 calories, and I'm like consistently able to eat like 2,000, 2,100 calories. I can't. No, it's hard to eat 2,500, right? So I'm in a bit of a cut right now because I also have some fat I want to lose. The point is, okay, with this diet, you're not optimizing for muscle growth. You can still maintain your muscle, especially if you eat a lot of protein and you train hard, but you won't grow, right? And you have to choose, basically. Are you more focused in work or in fitness right now? So if you're focused in fitness and you really, in business, and you really want your business to grow, then I really do think not only fasting in the morning, so in the mornings where you do work for your business, try fasting. So the first few days, it's going to be hard. You might get headaches, nausea, a bunch of things. But then if you keep doing it, your body will start to, adapt to this new style. So it's called intermittent fasting, since it's you don't do it every day. If you want to do it every day, you can, but you can do it like 2, 3, 4 times a week. And not only is it good for mental performance, but also for your physical health, right? So I won't go into much detail since I don't know really the explanation behind it, but I know it's very good for your health as well. So do intermittent fasting. In the mornings, you'll do work. So you'll wake up, brush your teeth, you put on some clothes, you shower if you want. I like to meditate and journal every morning. So I meditate like 10, 15 minutes. I do some gratitude journaling. And then I just sit down. I take a black coffee and just work, fasted. And then I break my fast. So eat lunch, which is basically a breakfast because breakfast is break fast, okay. And this is like at 11 a.m. And then the work I do in the morning is extremely productive. And if you want to add to that, you add the ketogenic diet, which will actually make the afternoon work much more productive. And it's really a night and day difference. When you try it out, you'll see. So this is one of the things that I've actually tried out and it works for me. Fasting and keto, I swear by it. And every time that I'll do, a period of my life where I'm focused on business, this is definitely the diet I'm going on. So today, I woke up, I didn't eat, just worked. And then at 11 I ate, and then I'm back working until now, right? So I'm not just working on YouTube, I'm also working at university and other stuff. But the idea is that these diets can and will boost your mental performance. So try them out during the next few weeks. Try it out. Try reducing your carbohydrate intake. Try adding fasting. See how you feel. Observe. And don't just do them a few days, right? Because if you do them for like 1, 2, 3, 5 days, you might not get the full benefits. So do them over a period of time. So I would say like at least 2 weeks. So your body can get used to this. And then you can actually get all the benefits. And then, of course, sleep right and all the other productivity habits I can give you. This, I think, can really help you produce better, more quality, and even more work. So, yes, ketogenic diet, I really think it works for business and for productivity. So if you haven't tried it out yet, it might be worth it. And if it doesn't work for you, then come back here and put it in the comments. If you have tried it out and it didn't work, put it as well. Tell us how long did you do it for and why it didn't work. And if you had tried out and it did work for you, also put it in so people can see that it's not just my experience. It's also more people that actually have used this tactic and have gotten benefits from it. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next week.